Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Dylan Bowman before the 2019 TNF 50. How you doing, Dylan?
Good to see you.
Yeah. You are back in your former home of Mill Valley. What is it like being back?
It's so good, man. I mean, this place is heaven, and this is one of the highlights of the year every year, whether I'm racing or not. And this year, obviously, I have a chance to run again. So, yeah, it's great to be back.
And you have been coming here for a long time. Was it 2012 your first time here?
Yeah, 2012 was my first one. I've raced, this will be my fifth 50-mile race. I've done the marathon once, but I've basically been here every year since at least 2012.
Yeah. So. And those 4 years in a row you did the 50-mile with good success, 7th, 5th, 5th, 2nd, I believe. Yep. And then you took 2 years off.
Yep.
Just trying to change things up, or what was the reason behind that?
Yeah, I think it was just sort of like doing it 4 years in a row, just take a couple years off. Obviously tried to come back last year, but we were thwarted with the wildfires. So like I said, this is one of my favorite races. It's a course that I think has always like suited me, and a race that I love to run. So yeah, it was nothing more than just taking a couple years off. I was still here, obviously. I lived in Mill Valley, so I came to the race and enjoyed it from the spectator perspective. But it'll be good to be
And for
back.
A number of years, you kind of had. I mean, you had also at Western States all those years. It kind of seemed like you had a.
I did have a little routine going.
It was probably nice to break that routine.
It was, yeah.
So it's been a couple years, but you've had great success here. You think it matches your strengths? How so?
I don't know. I think at least early in my career, I had a lot of success in sort of the hilly but still pretty runnable 50-mile courses. You know, like Sean O'Brien, I did well at. You know, North Face, Bear Mountain, I did well at. I did well here. A few other 50s, Ray Miller, things like that. So just like, I don't know, just seems to suit me. You know, the climbs are long enough to where you can get in a groove, and not so long to where, you know, it becomes a little bit more of, you know, a strength or grinder race. It sort of mixes the speed and strength, which I think suits me well.
Cool. This year, you've had a rough year. I mean, but admit it, like you're open about that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I mean, where do we start? Yeah, I mean,
Hong Kong,
really,
January.
Like it was sort of this time last year. I mean, really before TNF race last year, I was due to race, but I wasn't really feeling great before the race, and then that sort of turned into getting really sick at Hong Kong, having a couple pretty serious injuries, and just generally
not even overuse injuries. Like
like I had
trauma.
A serious ankle injury. I've had separated my shoulder. And just generally wasn't feeling like myself for most of the year. But, you know, I've been so lucky in my career being, injury-free for basically 10 years. And, it seems that all that good luck sort of came back to bite me this year. I'm working off some karma somehow. But, like as athletes, we all go through that kind of stuff. And for me, it's really been a learning experience, having not really gone through that, sort of developing the tools to deal with it better.
Because it seemed like, at least for a while, like it was really hard for you, like mentally. Like.
Yeah, it's just brutal, man. Like, you know how it goes, and you know me. Like, I just love being out there. I love being part of it. And when you're sort of like, you find so much joy in it, and you can't do it, and it seems like your body is just like not allowing you to do what you love. It's just, it's really difficult, and I think it's something that everybody deals with as athletes, and for me it was no different. And like I said, I've been lucky up to this point. So
I mean, for the first couple of years you were the lacrosse guy coming out and running ultras, but it seems like it really became part of your identity as as well.
That too. And that's one of the biggest things I've learned is, and before I was a lacrosse player, even, like, I still was always like an athlete. That's always been who I am, and how I've like earned my friends and gotten, like social recognition, and just like it's always been who I am. And at a certain point, you kind of forget that you also do it because you love it, not because, people like your Instagram photos or you get trophies or whatever. And so for me, that's been the biggest thing over the last few months, is just reconnecting with that, I don't know how fit I am or whatever, but, I love to do this, and I'm psyched to be healthy and fit enough to give it a shot this weekend.
And you are on the upswing with your fitness. You've had a couple smaller races up in Oregon, your new home, the last couple, like last month, and it's been good, right?
Yeah, like honestly, I feel pretty good. Like it's hard to say. Fitness wise, I feel pretty strong. Like it's because I haven't done a lot of racing this season. It's difficult to say how that'll translate on Saturday, but certainly I know I can get through the distance. I'm hoping that the extra rest and motivation will help me. I'm hoping everybody else is really tired. The one thing I do kind of lack a little bit is just like more of that race experience. Usually I like to have a couple harder races in me before I target something like this, and also just like the confidence in my body. I'm still trying to regain that. But yeah, like I have no excuses, like I feel fit enough and healthy enough, and I'm definitely going to go hard. So
hopefully you're out there on one of these ridges on Saturday and it just clicks, right?
Clicks. That's what I'm hoping. That would be ideal. Yeah.
Right on. Well, it's good to see you back out here, Dylan, and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, Brian.